Hey folks, you want more Apocalypse Soon? Check below to see all the links. We got eddiepepitone.com. You can see all of his tour dates. Or if you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/eddiepepitone, and you can support this show by giving us $10 or $20 a month, and that'll go to help support some extra content like seeing exclusive stand-up clips from Eddie Pepitone himself, and then we throw a couple extra little nice things in there. If you're a $20 member, you get some nice Apocalypse Soon apparel. And now, let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, animals, non-sentient and sentient vegetables, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. We're here. We're in the park. It's a hat. It's a pair of glasses. It's a man. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to the podcast here in the park. We are podcasting live in the park, and it is a beautiful day. The sun is trying to peek through. The sun is trying to peek through like a peepee top. The sun is peeping in on the earth right now. And the police are trying to arrest it, but man, that sun is thousands of degrees and the cops have a hard time. Hey, everybody. It's good to be here. How are you, Kev?
I'm doing good.
I haven't seen you in a while. I've been on the road.
Yeah, you've been out there getting after it, making the giggles, staying sober from what I hear.
That's right, buddy.
Very impressed.
I just want to, say that I have 87 days completely sober off of marijuana and drinking, all that shit. I don't drink anyway, but the weed, and you know what's interesting about it? I don't know if interesting is the word, but
I think it's there.
I told you before we went on the air, not to brag, we have this kind of lifestyle where we talk off the air, but
hanging out in a park.
I was tempted a couple of times, and after I get off stage and people are telling me, "Oh, you're so great," and I start going, "I know." My ego starts flaring up like you know how there goes a dog behind us. You know how things will flare up. I don't know, venereal disease
the gout.
Or gout will flare.
Oh, it'll
My
flare.
ego flares up like that.
Yeah.
And then that's where it's dangerous, where I get into this state of like, it's time to party. You're gonna live for anyway.
Yes.
And
you're also going, you deserve this.
Yes.
You really
that is a
this.
big thing too.
Yeah.
Like it's reward time. But and this is what I told you, is that I did not do it. I had a couple of tough moments, but I didn't do it. And I was so happy the next morning.
Yes.
When I woke up clear and wanting to exercise. What are you laughing about?
Because I'm right now in a next morning where I'm not clear.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
have no desire.
You seem a little. Where were you last night?
on
I
top
had a
of it.
good show at the Comedy Store last night, by the way.
Oh, that's great. No, last night I watched some shows with the fam, and I had to edit some clips. And
Oh, so you were.
I was at home working, but when it got late at night, oh, buddy, I just decided I was gonna just have a good time, and I went down to the famous carport. And I sparked one up. I don't know. I feel like
There's going to be a plaque for you when you finally pass.
Yeah.
In that carport, it's gonna be a picture of you with a joint in your mouth, and smoke enveloping you, and it's gonna say underneath, "Kevin Tinkins, Marijuana Man Cave."
Yes, it's me in the back corner. I have a little bag where I hide my stash.
You do?
Oh, yeah. And I go and I get it. And
You have to hide your stash outside, huh?
Well, I don't. I have to have it outside because it stinks up the house. My wife doesn't like that.
My wife.
My wife, she doesn't like that. So
Yeah.
I keep it in the carport, but I do hide it because there's kids running around and stuff. So you never know. But yeah, I'm always in the shadows down there. Just smoking in the shadows and telling myself all the things you're talking. And you did great tonight, pal.
Anyway, it's one day at a time. I'll tell you that. I listen to your stories. Isn't it funny though how like a scant 3 months ago I I was smoking like the Three Stooges. You know what I mean?
Oh, you were smoking for three.
My brain was the Three Stooges, and it was fun. But I have a lot going on, and it feels good to be clear. I'm going to tape a special in a couple of months.
Are you really?
In Chicago, it looks like May 31st in Lincoln Hall, Chicago, but we have to solidify that date. That's
great.
around when I'm trying to do it. And, I need me wits about me. Even though, anyway, I'm digging it. You know what? You know one thought I had about being sober that might help people who are struggling with it is...
Now I really start paying attention.
Yeah. Here, and this is going to sound a little corny, perhaps, as the crows beckon and bellow behind us. But what I was thinking was life, the universe, the world, everything is so fucking interesting and so beautiful and magical. It's magical. In itself, you just have to kind of let yourself be in that state to receive it.
Yeah.
And yes, weed is this incredible shortcut to that kind of wonder.
Yes.
But you're chasing the dragon.
100%. And it's not there. The dragon's not there most of the time. It's just going, I remember this one time I got so high. It was great. And then you smoke and you're just sad. And then it's like, it's not that great.
Yeah. I had a couple of bad times with weed, before I quit again, which was just dropping. I was on my couch, which reclines. Not to brag,
Wow.
You can get there eventually.
It's impressive.
I know a lot of folks are struggling, but I have a couch that reclines, and it's like the end. It turns into a lounge chair. And again, I don't say this to hurt you. I don't say this to make you feel less than. I know that you see my lifestyle out here in a park, and you say, "Wow, this." This man must be doing very well.
Yeah.
And I am. By the way, I was watching, Instagram clip in Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan is the nicest fucking guy, no matter what you think about his politics. The guy is a fucking sweetheart. I really mean that. But he was showing people his sauna.
Oh, yeah.
That was given to him.
Yes.
And he said, shout out to whatever the company.
Yeah.
We get sheath underwear. Joe Rogan gets an incredible sauna. And I was just thinking how the rich get richer, baby.
Oh, 100%.
Hello, buddy.
Especially when it comes to podcast sponsors. I've seen people with cars, and I'm just like,
Segura now. Tom Segura is getting some incredible merch, and I think he's getting pushback.
Yes,
from his fans because Segura starts talking about expensive watches and cars, and they're like, "You're out of touch, bro." And Segura, he's another fucking sweetheart of a guy.
Yes.
But it's hilarious how the rich get richer.
Well, him and Kreischer launched that vodka company or tequila company or something.
Why?
They launched a...
they launched?
Yes. Yeah, they launched...
Taking a page out of George Clooney's book?
Yes. Yeah. But they got a shit ton of flack. Everybody was giving them a hard time about that.
About being greedy?
No. Because they were hawking this booze to their audience, and the audience was kind of like, knock it off. People kind of revolted against it.
Yeah.
People want to be sold a little bit.
Yes.
Not too much.
Yes. They tune into me to see the how gritty life is.
Yeah. Well, I always find it funny because we'll if we got some big sponsorship, it's not like we'd turn it down unless there was Exxon Mobil or something. But
look, at this point, I would be the sponsor for nuclear weaponry. And It would just be like this. It would be like, hey, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, everybody. Nuclear weaponry has now become something you can own. Everybody can own a nuclear weapon with just 80 payments of $20,000 or more. You could have your own nuclear weapon. A neighbor bothering you? Well, say goodbye to Fred in a fucking heartbeat.
Go to nukes.com/PEP for 10% off.
Use the code PEP.
Yeah, that.
Anyway, yeah. It's a dance with the devil, though. It's a dance with the devil, and I
thought selling out would be more lucrative, though. I'll be honest. I was hoping, as we.
I'll tell you, God, whatever you want to call it, higher power, universe, has made my path. My path, perhaps your path too, since you're hooked up with me.
Oh yes.
One of not selling out. One of speaking out for the oppressed.
Yeah.
For people who are having a hard time. And. Man, there is so much bullshit in the world. By the way, I want to give... there's the plane, boss. The plane. Oh, that looks like a Southwest. And God, are they good people.
Great stuff on Southwest.
Oh, the Greyhound of the sky, where you line up in your queue. You line up in the queue, and you have B25, and someone who's in front of you has C31, and you're like... that's the next call, and they're like, I don't understand. And you're like, I don't know where you're from, pal. With that accent.
It's always nice to fly Southwest.
Yeah. But I just want to add an addendum to the sobriety thing. The hard part of it is, yes, life is magical, but also it's very painful. And that's the hard part of staying sober, is you feel just the deadening pain that you've always felt, or fear, all that stuff, horror. Well, I don't know if horror is an emotion, but like just fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
And that you have to get through without picking up your substance of choice.
Yeah. I like falling off the wagon, because then when you get back on, then people go, great for you. That I get to quit all the time. I get to keep going back.
Well, I was doing that, and now I think I'm like, I don't want to get cocky about it, but I think I'm pretty good. But I am going out on a long tour, by the way. If you're in the north, I think it's the Northwest. Is Portland in the Northwest?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know where we are, folks.
We're right. It's right in the corner of America. In the
corner. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Losing my religion. Anyway, I'll be traveling at the end of March. I think starting around March 22, I go to Napa Valley.
Love Napa.
I do a Napa Valley Comedy Festival March 22nd, and then I'm like Portland at Helium. Then I'm like Eugene, Oregon at a cool new club, and then Seattle at a very cool club. Go to EddiePepitone.com, and then I go to Vancouver, which I haven't been in a while. The festivals don't hire me because I don't know. It could be the fact that I don't sell out a little bit. I mean, that's what I tell myself. Or that I'm older, and they're like, the fucking guy, the people, the gatekeepers, who are also old, they're like, he's fucking ancient. I don't want that. Look at him. I don't care if his balls are separated from his cock in a pouch. That guy.
They're looking at a huge picture of you. Look at him. We can't book this man.
Picture naked.
He's a guy with a pointer.
They've got me naked.
He keeps smacking the poster with a different look. Look at this face. This will not sell tickets. We can't invite this man to Canada.
A lot of these festivals really suck dick. I was talking to a comedian friend, and we were both lamenting that the plane boys.
Every time.
By the way, we like giving you the sounds of life, as I call it.
This is like we do the guided meditations, but if you just listen to the background of life going on, it's like a meditation.
Oh, God, it really is.
And it is a gorgeous day today. It's very nice today. I'm feeling good.
It got really nice.
The sun has come out. There's a squirrel that's making a new burrow in a hole in a tree. Just
Hello,
to the left of
little
us.
squirrel. May you prosper. I hope that you can find your nut. My nuts are separated from my penis by sheath underwear. No, but
you were talking.
I was
festival.
talking to a friend about festivals, and we were both pissed off that Netflix is a joke.
Oh, buddy.
Festival doesn't feature me or whatever. And he goes, dude, that's one of those fucking bullshit festivals where they're so disorganized. It's such chaos, and they just slap their name on all these fucking events. So Netflix, again, I want to tell you to suck my fucking dick.
I did a little showcase for that they were there.
And by the way, let me tell you, because Montreal does this too, just for laughs.
Yeah.
Another piece of shit. They all get off on that. All the little gatekeepers.
Yes.
They love, having the comics, say, oh, I hope I get on your festival, and do a showcase, and they all feel like, well, let's check out the new crop of talent, Bob.
Yes.
And I used to, what's hilarious? Once you get old, and this is the best part of getting old, because a lot of it sucks, but once you get older, dude, you don't care anymore.
Oh, I can't
Or
wait.
you care a lot less. I still am pissed off, but you care a lot less. But what happened on this showcase?
So the showcase
Improv?
No, this was at the Comedy Store, and the showcase, I felt I had a great set, good response from the audience, but then I was consoling a lot of the other comics afterwards.
I know, it's just a fucking place.
And I didn't get it. And the guy I was consoling did get it. And he's going, I blew it. It was the worst. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't the best, but hey, they know who you are. You got a reputation. It'll be fine. Don't sweat.
And he got it.
And he got it, and I didn't. And
they just parade. They already know who they want.
Yes, that's been my comedian friends group text is like, you see this fuck got on Netflix as a joke, and they'll post the picture. What the fuck is going on in this city? And
wow.
It's great. It's nice to be in a group together, all angry about the same thing.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
It feels nice.
I like that too. It's
there was a person at the Improv 2 nights ago. I was doing sound in the booth, and they got introduced as that they were going to be doing an hour for Netflix as a joke, and they had a 10-minute spot. And Eddie, I wasn't sure they were going to get through their 10 minutes. Like, I was so kind of dumbfounded by the fact that this was happening.
It's very, very, it's all kind of marketing based and, bean counters about followers and demographics. And it's a lot of,
Who can we book to let everybody know how great we are as a company?
Yeah.
And they see you.
And all the
cocksuckers,
all the cocksuckers, and you know who you are, who put their specials up on Netflix, because they get a lot of money, and I probably would do it too. I'm sure I would.
Oh, yeah.
But they give credibility, and I'm talking about Dave Chappelle, who's a Netflix whore.
Yes.
They give credibility to Netflix. Kroll and Delaney. They give credibility to those cock-sucking pieces of shit. And then Netflix, Netflix is the home of stand-up comedy. Yeah, fuck you, you pieces of shit.
Cut to next year, your special went really well. Netflix bought it. You're wearing a golden jacket.
And then cut to the podcast about a year and a half from now, after I've been on Netflix for half a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boy, Netflix really has their act together now.
Isn't that so true, though?
It's kind of true.
That if it always becomes very personal. You're like, fuck these guys. Why? They don't like me. Like, is there anything else? Nope. And that'll do it. That will definitely set me off.
They say everybody has a price, but you know what though? I'm kind of glad I've had it kind of tough with, big money type of things, because I don't know, most of the people I see making big money, they don't have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And they certainly don't stick their neck out politically.
Well, you're kind of in this. You're kind of a slave or a stooge to that money in many cases. Imagine you got something for Disney or whatever. Like,
hello, I'm Ed Pepitone for Disney. Now, I've been on this Mr. Toad ride for a year and a half, trying to raise awareness for people who can't see through peepholes. That's the kind of
my eyelashes always get in the way.
I've been trying to see through a peephole for a while, but I got bad myopic vision, and Ed Pepitone's raising money for me.
I can't. Every time the peephole gets close, my eye gets uncomfortable. I just have to close it.
Hey, you know what bit I want to do?
Yes.
Because, again, we've forgotten about this a little bit. Eau de Pepitone.
I mean, let's get into it.
Let's do an Eau de Pepitone.
And now a perfume for the every man, for the every woman. A scent that sends shivers of whatever emotion you want up and down your spine and through your nose. It is Eau de Pepitone.
Hello. Are you feeling like the climate breakdown has limited what you can do as far as ice fishing in Minneapolis?
Pepitone.
And you are starting to take out the lack of activities you can do because of climate breakdown on yourself?
Pepitone.
You want a perfume that says, I hate myself.
Pepitone.
You want a cologne that says, I don't like myself at all.
Pepitone.
Well, have we got a scent for you? Eau de Pepitone, once you splash a little on, it will bring out your self-hatred so quick that before you can say, I am a worthless piece of doggy shit, you will feel like you want to die.
A Pepitone.
That's right. Eau de Pepitone, put a little bit behind your ears, under your balls or clitoris, and you will immediately feel like you just want to lay in bed, eat Rocky Road ice cream, and watch The Price is Right.
Pepitone.
That's right. You will want to watch mindless game shows where you can watch other Americans jumping up and down for money because they have no soul.
Pepitone.
Eau de Pepitone is the cologne of the soulless. That's right. Eau de Pepitone is the cologne of the end stages of capitalism, where you can't even pronounce the word capitalism anymore because things have gotten very bad.
Pepitone.
Eau de Pepitone is the perfume perfectly matched for the collapse of our society. As the election shows, the choice this November is between a criminal, a multi-criminal, rapist, fraudster, and genocidal Joe Biden. That is the choice that America has. Enjoy it with some Eau de Pepitone.
Pick up your Pepitone today, sold wherever ballots are taken. I like Pepitone, Eau de Pepitone.
Yeah. I always, I don't know why we forget that. You want to do a By the way, did you see? Do you check the emails at all?
Oh yeah.
Did you see I forget who sent it, but it was great. He sent a picture of the cabin with ass injector on the side of it.
Yes.
And I said, did we say ass injector?
Yeah, in the Praying for Celebrities.
So let's do a praying for celebrity.
Yeah, because you had mentioned that ass injector was written on the side, and I said, it's because you love Dad's band. And yeah.
Oh, God.
This
God.
podcast is going to be a real treat for you in the future, too. At some point, you get reminiscent, because a lot of these
point is going to come quickly for me. Because I'll be in Woodstock, doddering around, making bird huts out of marzipan.
That's right. Wearing the new Google goggles.
I'll be watching porn on my new Apple Pro.
Yeah.
Just jerking off in a big field in Woodstock, and people driving by going, God damn it, why do they let these people up here, Margaret?
Hey, Pepitone, you remember ass injector? You go, I don't know. Let me look at that.
All right, let's do a...
All right. And now, praying for celebrities. All right, son. The sun's setting. It's getting late in the day. It's time for bed, okay?
Dad,
Yes?
why is the door always locked on the cabin?
Well, we got to stay protected from outside influences,
Yeah,
son.
but it's locked during the day and everything, and I can never get out. What? I feel like that kid in Cleveland. They made a movie called The Room, except I have a cabin.
Yeah, well, I got to keep you safe, pal. I know you like to get out there, and as wise as you are, you're a little, you're a delicate little guy.
By the way, Dad, as far as a kidnapper goes, you have the nicest tone I've ever heard of any kidnapper.
I appreciate that, son. I've done a lot of voice work.
It's very fatherly, and it puts me at ease, so I don't mind being captured here.
Well, that's very good to hear. I feel that's settling for me, and I'm glad that you're finding a little bit of joy. Now let's bow our heads and let's say our prayers.
Okay.
It's time for the nightly night.
Oh, run away. Oh, I can't open the door. Sorry, Dad. I just thought I'd try to make a break for it.
I love it when you do this.
That's okay. I thought maybe you had your guard down and I could run out. But nope, you locked it. You're very thorough, Dad.
I got a lot of checks and double checks, a lot of safety precautions.
Okay, I have a lot of celebrities I think that need help.
I think so too, son. All right, let's go ahead and bow our heads and close our eyes.
God, please look out after the celebrities. I mean, it's award season, and a lot of them are going to lose. Actually, in every category, most of them lose except one. And there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings, even though they smile and clap. I know that deep down, even though they're multi-millionaires, that they are hurting. So God, please look down on their egos. And God, he hasn't been in the mix for a while, but please look down and help George Clooney. I know he sold his tequila company for $9 billion or some kind of billion figure, and I know he's got more money than you. I was going to say God, but I don't know how much. You have everything, actually.
That's right.
Anyway, please look down on Mr. George Clooney. And I mean, his politics are a little messy. He doesn't speak out against Israel's genocide or anything really important because he's rich now. But still, don't let him lose his money with carelessness or the vagaries or vagaries, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, of the market. And God, speaking of the market, please let it keep going up for all the people who have money. I know poor people, and everybody prays for the poor, God, and that's why I spend my time praying for the celebrities.
That's right.
I mean, yes, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce won the Super Bowl, and they keep making tons of money, and Taylor Swift tells everyone to vote as if there's a choice, but please look down on those two, because at any point, either one of them could lose a lot of money or get sick. I mean, Taylor Swift had a stomach bug recently, and I don't think a celebrity should have a stomach bug. God, I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel like only the poor should have diarrhea.
Yes, Lord.
And also, God, please look down on the people who exploit everyone, and I'm talking about Reggie Watts, and he makes all these funny sounds on a synthesizer, and is he on the air anymore, Dad?
I think he's still around a little
James
bit.
Cordon left.
James Cordon did
Who replaced
leave.
James Cordon, Dad?
I'm not sure.
By the way,
I'm not
God,
up on
speaking
it.
of James Cordon and Reggie Watts, please look down on James Cordon because he's kind of fat
Yeah.
and he's not in the spotlight right now. And he sang car karaoke. And Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon does that too. And please. Don't worry about my cough, God, or the fact that I don't have freedom because a lunatic has me locked in here. But please look down on James Corden and everybody who's on late night, like Seth Meyers. I mean, he did some good work for Verizon, and he's very edgy. Him and Stephen Colbert absolutely don't like Trump. They're really cutting edge out there.
The big surprise.
Okay, God, thank you.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And thanks for joining us on another Praying for Celebrities. I thought you were going to get into Sam Jackson for a second.
Well, you were wrong.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't done in a while? Let's do an Alan Margaret.
Oh, we got to do an Alan Margaret.
I don't think we've really done a lot of Alan Margaret.
It's been a while since the first park show in their recent stint of park shows.
Yeah.
And now, checking in with Al and Margaret, the couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Oh, boy, Al, thank you for the new lingerie.
You're welcome, Margaret. I just like to see you looking good when I wake up and you're making pancakes. I like to see you in skimpy things.
I know, Al, but the batter gets on this very expensive lingerie.
Margaret, I have a lot of fetishes, and one of them is I like see-through nightgowns with pancake batter on them.
Al, I don't even want to go there. I mean, that just sounds awful.
Well, Margaret, I love you very much, and I think we all have our fetishes. Louis C.K. likes to jerk off. Louis C.K. likes to jerk off in front of people. He always gets permission first. And I like pancake batter on a nice negligee.
I don't know why you have to mention Louis C.K. Don't you think he's suffered enough?
Yes, I do, Margaret. But, that's what happens when you get power mad.
Oh, just stop it. Just stop it, Al. If you had power, I wonder what would happen to you. I mean, you already have me covered in pancake batter. What if you had real power, Al? Would you have every woman in this country covered in pancake batter?
I haven't thought about it.
Oh, Al. Hey, Al, by the way, keep a lookout for Amazon Prime. I ordered 150 dildos.
Margaret, why did you say dildos with a lilt? You said
dildos. Boy, you do a good imitation of me, Al.
Well, I've been living with you and no one else for as long as Eddie has created us.
I know. You know what? Being a creation of Eddie is the happiest time of my life.
Well, it's the only life we've had, Maggie.
I know. Hey, Al, do you mind if I smoke a cigar?
Yeah.
but I'd like you to smoke it while you're playing with those 150 dildos. By the way, Margaret, can I ask you something? Go ahead. Why did you order 150? I can understand perhaps 3 in a rotational, like, in a rotation, like when 1 is dirty or 2 are dirty. Let's say you've had a crazy night and 2 are dirty. I know I like my fleshlights, and I have, yes, you have 35 fleshlights all over the goddamn bedroom, Al, and it's a mess. I know, but I hose them down every once in a while. Al, I feel like when you leave your fleshlights and used fleshlights all over the apartment, that you are saying to me, you don't satisfy me, Margaret. No, I don't mean it that way, Margaret, at all. I'm just, I just don't want to burden you with my incredible sexual needs, but it seems like you've got some of the same needs. Well, I am getting 150 dildos, but 147 of them are for my friend Ethel. And she can't order them because her husband, Stu, would get very angry. Oh, I know Stu. Yeah. He doesn't like when Ethel uses machinery on herself. I know Stu's kind of a traditionalist. Yes, he just likes the missionary position, and he wants Ethel to yell out, "You're my master!" You know a lot about their sex life. Yeah, well, Ethel tells me everything. Really? Does she tell you if Apple is going to go up or down in the market? No, she tells me everything about, her relationship with Stu. So I ordered 147 extra. So I'm just going to have 3 in a rotational basis. Yeah, that's what I thought would be good. Oh, Al, I think the Amazon Prime truck is here. Oh, I think it is. Let me, ding dong. Hold it, Margaret. You just said ding dong. Well, hello. Oh, there's a dog here in the park. What are you talking about? We're inside our home in New Hampshire. Oh, Al, you're very cute when you try to pretend we're real. I know, but there's a beautiful little, it looks like a terrier poodle mix. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, Al. We don't exist, I know. I just wish you would answer the door. Well, you're the one who said I said ding dong and you don't want to, stay in this reality. Ding dong. Are you going to answer to me? Ding dong. Look, I said ding dong. You don't have to say ding dong. Al, there's 150 dildos waiting to get delivered. And let me tell you something. Dildos wait for no man. You could say that again. Margaret, let me ask you something. Yeah, Al? Could I take one of the dildos, not in your rotation, but just give Ethel 146? By the way, why does Ethel need 147 of these things? Well, Ethel, and I don't want you saying this to anybody, but what she does is that she nails them to her floor in the basement. Stu does not have a key in the basement. She nails them to the floor in a line, and she hops. Well, Al, it's really disgusting, really. Ethel has got a problem, She's addicted to butter, and she's addicted to butter in the Situation Room. And she gets off on Wolf Blitzer and butter. Look, it sounds like Last Tango in Paris gone crazy. Yes, it's not pretty.
Oh, thanks for joining us on another Checking In with Al and Margaret, the couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
It was good to get back to them and Like, they're such a nice couple, and they have their foibles.
I just pictured Al in the front yard with just lined up with all of his fleshlights, and he's just hosing them out in a big line. You know?
And the neighbors are like, just make sure Tommy doesn't see this, okay?
Yeah.
Just put the blindfold, like they have to blindfold their kid.
Yeah.
Put the blindfold on Tommy. If he sees this, it'll set him back years, Francine.
I'm going out front. I'm washing my fleshlights. Neighbors walking the dog. You go, hey, how you doing? Just washing them out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely.
Oh, it's
Absolutely
really
lovely. Eddie, did you know that Apocalypse Soon is sponsored by Sheath Underwear this week?
I do. I'm wearing it as we speak.
It's great to have a nice little pouch. It's time to throw away all of those threadbare boxer shorts and keep wearing and make the switch to Sheath. Sheath is incredible. It's underwear with 2 pouches. Put one, your dick, in one pouch, and your balls in another, so things stay separated, cool, and comfortable. You finally get to experience a day without having to peel your sweaty dick off of your leg. It's a whole new way of life.
It really is. My balls rest so comfortably in this pouch. I imagine it's like, I imagine it's what it would be like when I'm dead, like the coffin, like resting in a coffin. My balls are like,
Yeah.
they're just quiet and peaceful, which I imagine death will be like.
It's beautiful. My balls wrote a letter to my penis wondering where it was because of the separation.
I heard your balls are pretty prolific as far as writing.
Better than I am. I'll tell you what, make the upgrade already. I know you're going to love it. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code PEP to get 20% off your first order. Plus, Sheath Underwear's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com. Promo code PEP. Get Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls.
That's right. And not only that, but once you separate your penis, cock Johnson, your soldier from your balls, it's like the separation of church and state. It's
Yes.
necessary.
Yes.
It's necessary. So thanks, everybody. Get some Sheath Underwear, code PEP, and let's get to the podcast.
Let's do it.
It feels good to, like, revisit, a couple like that.
Yeah. And when was the first time that Allen Margaret popped up?
A long time ago, actually, when I think I was doing the Long Shot podcast with Sean Conroy and
Oh, yeah, with Jamie Flam. And,
and Amber.
Mm-hmm.
What's Amber's last name again?
I can't remember. I was
Kenny. Amber Kenny.
Yes. I like that show. I listened to that show.
Yeah. Sean's my old time comedy guy. Me and him came up together in New York, and so Allen Margaret, I think, came from there, and he would actually do, I think, Margaret.
Oh, he would?
He would do Margaret. And then I think with you, I just did both of them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of enjoyable.
Has
to do
Conroy
that.
has there been a little bit of upset with Conroy since
No.
you've been doing both voices lately? I mean,
No, I don't think he listens, But anyway, should we, do a guided meditation? We're kind of doing a reverse
I
order.
love it. But this episode is already jam-packed with content.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I can feel the 60-second clips being.
What do we got? What do we got as far as?
Right now we're almost to. We're
Perfect. Let's
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a guided meditation and put a little bow on
right.
this baby.
And as the sun peeks through the clouds like a peeping Tom in the sky, and the birds chirp and the crows caw, it's time for another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Guided Meditations, and I hope everybody's in loose-fitting clothing. I understand 3 of you have stomach bugs. So we're going to put you in the corner of the room, and we don't want you to be contaminating the rest of us who have eaten well lately. Stomach bugs are the antithesis of guided meditations, but you can still do it. So everybody, I hope you're in loose-fitting clothing. I want you to imagine yourself now sitting on the hood of a car naked in the middle of a highway, in the middle of a freeway. If you're familiar with Los Angeles, the 101 or the 5 during rush hour, and you're naked on top of a car, and you are sitting there, and the breeze is gently blowing in your genitalia, and cars are honking because a lot of people are gawking. So what if you have a little extra weight around the belly? That's who you are. And you're letting this major artery in your city, whether it's the 5 or the 101 or the 95 or the 10 or the 26W or the 10 East or the 10 West or the 180, let's do a 180 now, and let's talk about the fact that on your first in-breath, I want you to breathe in that image of you sitting on the hood of the car, and the metal is very hot because the sun is searing the roof of that car, and your ass is on fire, your ass is on fire, and your ass cheeks are burning. And breathe, and let the burn feed your sense of self. Your ass is the pathway to God. Your ass is the pathway to God. That's been said by many, many people. I believe the Stonewall riots were about that many, many years ago. And now with your first out breath, I want you to breathe out all the people who shill for products because they make a lot of money and they've lost their way, but they're very rich, and they make you feel bad because you wake up every day screaming, how am I going to pay the rent? And I think I have a tumor. But these people, they're given saunas, they're given watches and Teslas. They get up in the morning and they're given incredibly expensive, nice things while you work all day in a warehouse assembling fleshlights or robots, and you make no money at all. Breathe that out. Let that go. Let that go. It's time that you let go the fact that this world is not a meritocracy, and insane people are at the top, and the world is run by warmongers, and all that violence that goes on around the globe will eventually come here to the United States, and it will kill you, because there's no way, and I want you to breathe this in or out. As a matter of fact, in or out is fine now for this breathing. In or out, breathe in the fact that this violence will come home to roost, and you know it will, whether it's a nuclear weapon or the fascism of a Trump or a Biden. The fact that the reason why there's no choice in our electoral system is because money has bought out both parties. So there's no choice, really. Breathe that in or out. And then with your final in or out breath, I want you to slowly walk up to your roof. I want you to disrobe your light-fitting clothing. I want you to get on the precipice of that roof. And as you jump off that roof, I want you to say, buy low, sell high.
Thanks for joining us on another beautiful, beautiful guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Oh my God, I feel like this podcast, not only does it send a message of hope and squalor, and hope and horror, which is what the world is, right?
Yeah, both H's.
Matter of fact, if I ever had children, I would call one hope and I would call one horror, just to be reminded that that's what life is.
Horror!
Hope!
Horror!
Hope!
Grilled cheese is ready.
Horror, where are you? I'm buried alive. All right. Hope? Yes, Daddy. Yay, bubbles. I'm blowing bubbles. Your brother's buried alive. Well, he's horror.
Hope always does seem to be doing better.
Oh, man. Well, tell them what they could do, Kev, besides
Yes.
go fuck themselves.
Besides going to fuck yourself, go over to youtube.com, search Apocalypse Soon Podcast. You can see full videos of this podcast in beautiful 1080p on your computer, your phone, wherever you watch. If you want more of this podcast, you want to get the podcast the day that it comes out on full video, and you want to give a little shout out, a little, hey, what's going on, maybe get some apparel, go over to patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone, and you can get all that stuff for $10 or $20. And you can let us know that you care. And that's all we're looking for.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. And, we've been getting more and more people donating to Patreon. And I just want to say thank you, people who are Circus members and Bread, but particularly Circus. And there'll be more Patreon goodies coming. I've got some more full stand-up sets that I've taped. And I hope that you guys tune in.
Absolutely.
So thank you, folks. And thank you for watching Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.